I've got to tell you guys, what just happened in Cleveland might be one of the wildest quarterback coach clashes I've ever seen play out in real time. And it didn't even happen on the field. It happened live, under the blinding lights of primetime television, with the entire nation watching. What was supposed to be a feel-good ESPN segment about leadership and unity between Kevin Stefanski and Shedeur Sanders turned into a battlefield. And Shedeur didn't just hold his ground, he dropped a nuke right on his head coach's authority. It started so quietly, almost like nothing. 8 minutes into the show, Stephen A. Smith lobbed a softball question at Shedeur, something about his role in the offense. Most quarterbacks in that spot, they play it safe, give the polished team-first answer. But Shedeur, he leaned forward, locked eyes with that camera, and delivered a line that sent shockwaves across the NFL world. "I can't control who benches me," he said, calm as ice. "I just control what I do on the field. But everybody knows what happens when I actually get to play." And boom. Just like that silence, then an eruption. The studio couldn't contain it. Laughter, applause, a mix of disbelief and excitement. Social media? It lit up instantly. Twitter trending within minutes. TikToks edited before the commercial break even aired. And right there on camera? Stefanski, sitting stiff, shifting in his chair, fumbling with that headset, trying to force a smile while his quarterback basically declared, "I'm better than the system you're holding me back in. Asterisk, let's build a totem pole together. Smash, like, subscribe, and comment. If this video hits 2,000 likes, that means we're beating the Green Bay Packers. Let's make it happen." That moment, it was cinematic. You had the young, fearless quarterback staring down the old guard coach. You had truth crashing into politics, energy smashing into rigidity. And it wasn't just about words. Stefanski's body language told the whole story. Tight shoulders, forced grin, rapid blinking. He looked like a man caught completely off guard, unprepared for a direct strike on his power. And let me tell you, this wasn't some random outburst. No, this was the climax of something that had been building for months. Ever since training camp, when Shedeur got hit with that controversial suspension, there's been tension bubbling beneath the surface. In film sessions, he questioned the conservative play calling. In practices, he showed he was sharper, faster, and more prepared than the vets. The offensive coordinator wanted to give him more snaps, but Stefanski stonewalled it. The kid was outplaying the veterans, but the coach clung to his system. And now? It all came exploding out in front of America. The fallout was immediate. Analysts were calling it the best live TV moment of the year. Skip Bayless framed it as a generational power shift. Shannon Sharpe flat out said that young man just went from rookie to franchise cornerstone with one sentence. Even former quarterbacks were nodding in respect, recognizing the tone, calculated, confident, and absolutely devastating inside the Browns facility, though. It's chaos. Veterans, even some linemen, are whispering their support for Shedeur. Wide receivers admit they've got more chemistry with him than any other QB on the roster. And fans, they've split right down the middle. The old-school crowd cries disrespect to hierarchy, while the younger generation praises Shedeur for standing tall and refusing mediocrity. Cleveland radio shows are flooded with calls. Reddit is pulsing. Jersey sales for Sanders are skyrocketing. He went from promising rookie to folk hero in the span of one interview, and while fans are rallying, Shedeur and his agent are moving. Reports started swirling almost immediately, meetings with the front office. Whispers about expanded roles, even contract adjustments. It's Stefanski! He's in an impossible spot now, caught between an owner who's feeling the heat, a locker room that's shifting, and a fan base that just picked their side. Jimmy Haslam has already convened emergency meetings. Andrew Berry is trapped in the middle, trying to defend a coach whose authority has evaporated while acknowledging the quarterback who's outperforming everyone. And let's be real here, this isn't just hype. The numbers don't lie. Even with limited snaps, Shedeur's completion rate is higher. His yards per attempt are sharper. His efficiency humiliates the so-called depth chart. And the kicker? Explosive plays. Every time Shedeur steps on the field, the Browns' offense comes alive. Meanwhile, the other quarterbacks sputter through drive after drive. What's happening right now is bigger than football. It's a cultural moment. It's the clash of the old guard with the new era of player empowerment. Stefanski represents authority by title. Shedeur represents authority by performance. And the locker room, the fan base, even the league itself is watching the balance shift right before their eyes. By the time Thursday rolled around, the Browns facility had turned into a media circus. Reporters swarming, cameras everywhere, fans camping outside. Every glance between Stefanski and Shetter was dissected for meaning. And while the coach looked worn down, tight, and defensive, Shetter just kept showing up early. Working, executing, unfazed, calm, in control. Like he already knew where this was heading. And then came the bombshell. Multiple outlets broke the story. Stefanski had submitted his resignation. The official line was philosophical differences, but come on, we all knew the truth. The kid had forced a reckoning. A single quote on national TV had toppled a head coach. Now Cleveland has a new reality. Stefanski's out. Shetter's star has exploded. His role is expanding, his voice is growing louder, and the entire city is rallying behind him. It's more than just football now. It's a revolution. A reminder that true leadership isn't about titles or politics. It's about authenticity. It's about courage. It's about showing up, looking straight into the camera, and saying exactly what everyone else has been too scared to say. Now, the scoreboard told one story. The Browns were embarrassed. But the real story unfolded afterward, when the smoke settled and the truth came crashing down. For months, Browns fans have been screaming the same thing: start Shetter Sanders. I mean, what more proof did they need? This kid lit up the preseason. He had analysts comparing him to some of the league's elite. His training camp clips were blowing up social media. And even the owner, Jimmy Haslam, went on record basically saying, yeah, that's our guy. And yet week after week, Stefanski kept him on the bench, trotting out quarterbacks who couldn't get the job done Sunday night. That was the breaking point. After the loss, Shetter didn't storm off. He didn't issue some bland PR-filtered statement. No, he grabbed his phone, hit Instagram Live, and calmly, surgically, dismantled his coach's authority in front of millions. He looked straight into the camera and said, I told them I was ready. Everyone knows I was ready. Tonight showed you what happens when I'm not out there. 24 words. That's all it took. 24 words that hit harder than anything the Ravens defense threw at Cleveland. And in that moment, you could feel it. The entire power structure in Cleveland shifted. Stefanski didn't just lose a game. He lost his locker room. And don't think I'm exaggerating here. Sources inside the Browns facility painted the picture of a complete meltdown. Not the usual post-game frustration, not the we'll get him next week kind of talk. I'm talking veterans openly questioning Stefanski's decisions. Young guys wondering if they were wasting their careers in Cleveland. The locker room wasn't divided. It was unified, but not behind the head coach. They were unified behind Sanders. And here's what really makes it fascinating. This wasn't some emotional outburst from a rookie. People close to the situation say this was calculated. Shetter had been swallowing disrespect for months, outperforming every quarterback in camp, outshining them in preseason, hearing the fans chant his name, and still watching Stefanski act like he wasn't ready. That Instagram Live wasn't heat. Of the moment hit was the spark that lit a powder keg that had been sitting there for weeks. The truth? Everyone already knew. One veteran player reportedly told local media, the fans know it, the league knows it, and even Stefanski knows it. He just wouldn't admit it. And when your own players are talking like that, forget it. That's the death of credibility. Let's look at the numbers. The Browns' offense against Baltimore was flat out embarrassing, 187 total yards. Their starting quarterback completed 14 of 29 passes, barely scratched 150 yards, and threw 2 picks. Meanwhile, Sanders, who had been torching defenses in preseason, had to sit there and watch the team crumble because of one man's stubbornness. And inside sources say Jimmy Haslam himself finally snapped Sunday night. Think about it. This is an owner who's pumped millions into this roster, built a defense that can win championships, loaded up on offensive weapons, and then had to sit and watch his head coach sabotage all of it by refusing to put the best quarterback on the field. Word is Haslam cornered Stefanski in his office after the game. Witnesses say the conversation got heated fast. Why is Shetter still on the bench? Haslam reportedly demanded. The fans want him. The players want him. I want him. What's your excuse? And Stefanski's answer? Something about development timelines and practice reps. You've got to be kidding me. Everybody knows Sanders already outperformed every quarterback on that roster months ago. Haslam apparently blew up, calling Stefanski out on his so-called chemistry concerns. He basically told him, the team wants Sanders. You're the only one creating chemistry problems. That right there? That was the end. Multiple executives overheard it. Word spread. Stefanski's authority didn't just take a hit, it flatlined. Asterisk, asterisk, let's build a totem pole together. Smash like, subscribe, and comment. If this video hits 2,000 likes, that means we're beating the Green Bay Packers. Let's make it happen. And you want to know how big this thing got? It didn't just stop in Cleveland. Monday morning, the national media piled on. Stephen A. Smith went nuclear on ESPN saying Shedder humbled his coach and embarrassed him in front of the football world. Skip Bayless called it checkmate, pointing out that a rookie quarterback who hasn't even started a game just delivered one of the most devastating public criticisms of a coach he'd ever seen. Colin Cowherd didn't hold back either. This isn't about football anymore. This is about respect. And that's the word that keeps coming up, respect. Shedder earned it. Stefanski squandered it. And now, the fans, the players, the owner, even the league offices, the commissioner himself reportedly voiced frustration about Sanders sitting are all aligned. When your fans are organizing protests, when your veterans are calling for change, and when Roger Goodell is worried about you tanking ratings, that's not just heat on the seat. That's a bonfire, and here's the kicker. Shedder didn't have to scream. He didn't have to throw tantrums or point fingers. He just delivered truth, calmly and surgically, and let the whole world watch as Kevin Stefanski's credibility crumbled in real time. This isn't just a quarterback controversy anymore. This is an organizational crisis. And if you ask me, Sunday night will go down as the moment Shedder Sanders stopped being just a rookie quarterback and became the face of Cleveland's future.